Second down now, 7 to go. From the 42. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Dropping back to throw. Escapes the pocket. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Commanders will have a first. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They just get the play off. He's on the move. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number one. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Commanders ball as we get back for the second, and they're thinking points. Looking for a pass on second and short. This one's caught. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Right on the doorstep now. Here's first and goal from inside the 1. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later. QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Third down from the gun. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders start to fight back with their first points of this game. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Seibert's able to connect on that extra point. And the Commanders tie this game 7-7. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, first and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 15. Headed out right. Finds Aguilar.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. Right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Buying some time right. He finds Aguilar. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Looking right, and he finds him. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. All down by Dorrance Armstrong. Back-to-back carries here. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Lamar now from the gun. Forced out to his right. Complete out to the right. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Hey, report.
From the gun, Jackson. Connecting on the slant. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
Hey, middle.
Pistol snap to Jackson. He rolls to his right. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get some late points and the lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Jamison Crowder on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Markers reset, ball at the 37. To throw it on first down. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
On first down, Jackson bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Escapes out to the left. Took off with it again. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
A final throw before the break. That one's caught along the left side. The lateral goes haywire. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Ravens. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens are hauled down on the return at the 45-yard line. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
That's complete. He got the feet down, but he goes out right at the line of scrimmage.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
They send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Buys time, rolling right. And the Commanders get home. They drop him. And he's taken out of bounds behind the line. That's going to be a sack. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Tight end in motion left. Jackson now on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
All the way to the right, it's intercepted. Quan Martin with the pick. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That swatted away, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Robinson up the middle. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Looking to the air here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. If the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. He'll throw it. Escapes the pocket. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
That's complete. Here's Brown. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Throwing from the gun here. He finds Brown right side. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
We'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Robinson on the inside give. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's Commanders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Another try following the sack. Has a man. It's Brown. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Finds a man right side. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Desperation time here on fourth. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Coaches challenged him to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
Here's a give up the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
They give it to him again. And he stopped after a nice gain up past the 25. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They toss right side to Henry. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Simple dive up the middle. And this run's limited to a minimal gain up to about the 44. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he'll go down after pushing.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
This one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So it ends as a win for the Ravens. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Huard and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.